Or yes.
Yeah. So, do we have an agenda on the GitLab, or it's just on the email?
It's just on the email.
All right.
So the first item was that we had two doodles. We had one doodle with the video conferencing app and one doodle about which week we should have our virtual event. And I see Sebastian is online because Zoom was the video conferencing app that had the most votes, and there was no app that actually everybody was okay with using. So how is it, Sebastian? Is it okay to continue with Zoom?
Tough to say. Like the corporate stance on Zoom is like not using, and even Firewall is blocking Zoom application. So I'm using my personal PC or laptop just to connect to the Zoom. I don't know how policies, Genetec policies, is fine with that, but I'll look to it.
The content in Unimatrix, I guess it's not your Genetec internal stuff, so hopefully it's okay. But I'm aware that Zoom is working on fixing the issue, so hopefully your IT could be comfortable after a while to fix the issue. Okay, so we wait for you checking that with your IT and continue with Zoom.
Okay.
And the next doodle was actually the date for I could find it. A virtual event. The two last options got most of the votes. The week starting with 26th of May and 2nd of June. And actually none of them got green checkboxes from all companies. So how do we proceed here? Is it okay for those who didn't select May 26th and June 2nd to accept the week anyway?
From Videotech side, we prefer June.
So then it's Panasonic, if they are able to participate in June.
As a Panasonic, we are both is okay, but if it is held in June, Kitaoka in governance session cannot attend the meeting. Only Kitaoka.
Okay.
I don't know.
And Genetec, it's only June 2nd that is okay for you?
Yes, for June is okay. I'll check back what we have May 25th to 25th to 28th. There was some conflicting event.
And we had Adler. Is Adler online? Or anyone from HIC? As we can't get a response from Adler. But then I guess it's one of the two last options we have to select. But then you have to wait for your feedback. And when you get your feedback, we will make a selection. Okay?
Oh, okay. For Genetech, it's okay. For me.
Okay, so then it's only Adler and Kevin Wang who needs to approve as well. And since no one of them are online, I have to send them an email. And if they are okay, we can select May 26. So I will do that and get back to the email list as soon as I get a reply. Okay. Then going to the virtual event. Maybe you could talk about the tools, Fredrik.
Yeah. So I started creating a planning document. Can you see my screen?
No, we can't. Actually, when you talk, it's the pairs.
Yeah,
that comes on.
Yeah, yeah, he used my name to log in. I created dual users, but somehow I didn't get a password to work. That's why I'm with OnVIF, because I'm logged into OnVIF in my Addisum account. So.
Okay. So I was thinking about the tools we can use during the hackathon. So we discussed about what teleconference tools. So I think we need to host multiple sessions. So I'm not sure if we can do that with. We have one Zoom account now registered for Unimatrix. I'm not sure how many simultaneous sessions we can use with that one. Do you have an idea? How?
I wasn't paying attention. What tool did you mention?
Zoom. If we use Zoom, how many simultaneous?
I think it's 100 in our account.
Yeah, participants simultaneous meetings.
No, that's only, I guess, one. I have to check that. I have to find out.
So that's a problem.
Yeah, but I can find out how we can do that.
So yeah, for the hacking sessions, I think we need at least 5 sessions. But there is, for example, if we choose Visual Studio, they have an option to use audio inside. They have something called Live Share for Visual Studio Code, and they.
See your screen, Fredrik. Did you have a document that you?
What?
We're about to share the document. I don't see the document. I just see my invitation.
Yeah, we don't see your screen.
Okay, I'll try again. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I created a document on GitLab. It's under meetings. So I started on a tools section where there's some options for teleconference. And I think we're going to need some kind of whiteboard, a drawing tool when designing or when drawing stuff. So if we choose Zoom, there is some kind of whiteboard in Zoom, I think. And another tool that seems good is Mural. I don't know, you can add if you have more tools that you think are a good fit, you can add them here and we'll have a vote about it. I also started to look at how we can share code while hacking. So there is Visual Studio Code with live share, I think is a good option. The Atom has another It's another editor which has another extension called Teletype. And then there is a bunch of web-based online tools. I have not tried these myself, but I heard about CodeBank. But there's a lot of different options there. If you have tried any of these, if you know any good tools, please add them to this list, and we do another poll about it. But from my point of view, I think Visual Studio Code seems to be pretty good. The only thing I didn't get to work with it was when you're sharing something, you get a HTTP URL. And if you try to use that in Chrome, it's supposed to forward you to the Visual Studio Code application. And it seems that the integration with the browser doesn't work very well at this point. So I have to, if I want to join a session, I have to do it from inside of Visual Studio Code. I can show you a little bit of how it looks. Can you see my editor?
Yes.
All right. So this is Visual Studio Code. So basically you go down to extensions and you install Live Share, which is this one. And then you get this additional tab of Live Share. So here you can, by the way, you need to sign in. So you need to have a Microsoft authenticated account or an account on GitHub. I guess most of you already have a GitHub account. So you need to be signed in. So right now I'm signed into my GitHub account. And when you've done that, you'll be able to start collaboration sessions. So you can do that here. And then I started one now, and then people can join it.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah, I really like Visual Studio Code. It's a really nice editor. They have tons of extensions. It's, I think it could be, and also you should be able to use audio inside of it also. I haven't installed that extension yet, but there is another extension to use it as a teleconferencing app. So we can try that also if you want. But anyway, so if you have other tools that you think that we should try out before the hackathon to select something that is going to be good, you can add them to this list and we'll test them out. But I think my first choice for code sharing would be Visual Studio Code with Live Share. Let's see if I can join my own session.
I installed Live Share on my PC, so maybe I can, if you paste the link, I would be able to join too.
Okay. So how do I do that? Chat. There. So I pasted the link there.
Okay. Anyway, it's Yeah, I'm in the process of signing in, and so yeah.
All right.
That's good.
Okay. Any other comments? Any other suggestions for stuff you want to try out? Looks like my Zoom client just hang here.
Okay. Can you send it? I'm ready to for the session. If it unfreeze, the only thing is since I'm on my corporate PC, I cannot paste the link. So it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I sent on the chat. Could you see?
On the Zoom chat?
Yeah.
Okay. I would try to. Okay.
I'll try also to join.
Good view.
Anyway, we can try this after. It may be better.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so that's about the tools. If you guys have other tools that you think is good, please add them to this document. It's in the meetings project. Also, if there's no comments about tools, I started thinking about some tasks and like a theme for the hackathon. I think like hybrid solutions could be the theme to how to build like applications that stretch over more than one tier. And I added 2 tasks that I myself would like to work on. So one would be to push video to S3 and push video to Azure using a common API like a blob storage API. So that would involve implementing something in device and either push to cloud or implement some kind of recorder using, for example, Minio. Minio is like a small S3 implementation, which I guess you could just pretty easily install on a Raspberry Pi, for example. Okay, I have problems here with my Zoom client. So maybe we should go and check what other tasks that you would like to work on for this virtual event. What about from Genetech side?
So for the virtual event, we would like to be involved more in the cloud part. So in terms of task, if it's not what we already talked together in terms of like stream archives, we will have to see. Is there any explicit task list that we can follow?
I mean, you can add your task to this.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is just some suggestions so that we before before the event starts, already can organize a bit what groups what formations we can.
Yeah, sorry. So, for the task 2, it would be more like it would be natural for us to implement task 2.
Yeah. Also add your own if you have more ideas here. This is just some, brainstorming. So another idea would be to exchange metadata between edge and cloud.
Yes. Yeah, this one is a good task too. And if we go with the unVIF implementation or in a JSON format or another protobuf format.
Yeah.
We can contribute on that.
Definitely. So in terms of, we definitely want something else than XML for exchanging metadata. So I've been thinking about JSON, and protobuf is also but it's probably difficult to translate the schema directly to protobuf. I made an attempt at it, and but also problem with protobuf could be different versions not working together. And so on.
Yeah, we noted that too. JSON might be a better option.
Yeah. So that if we want to do that task, we should probably have some kind of schema before, like how to translate the XML.
Yes.
Okay. So what about from Panasonic side? Do you have any tasks or like tools that you like to propose? Hello, Takahiro, are you there?
One of the engineer 2 weeks ago, one engineer explained about the plan. We want to tackle on AI inference implementation, inference implementation as described on the our PowerPoint file, and also we want to describe the overall kind of grand design, because we want to make a grand design document because it's very, so I think it's so very ambiguous about the grand design. So we are now going to try make some document for some grand design document.
Okay, great. So I think maybe we should add another section of this document about presentations that people want to make. So I think I'll add another section about that. So we know beforehand which who's going to present, and we can make a schedule about it. Okay, are there any other ideas? What about Videotech?
Yep. I have looked at the goals, and we will like to contribute to the capabilities API. So our idea is to start to define a capability API and do a presentation about that. and also prepare some basic API, a basic implementation of that API.
Okay, is the idea kind of to reuse some OnWIF?
Yep, yeah.
Okay, but using a new protobuf-based protocol, I guess.
Yeah, or protobuf or JSON. So for the, let's say, communication part, we are open at the moment. So JSON seems good at the moment.
Yeah, I think gRPC using protobuf is also pretty good for.
Yeah, for low latency. Yep. Yeah.
But of course, this probably is not so sensitive to. It doesn't have to be super fast, I guess, for querying capabilities.
Yeah, we can take in consideration gRPC, let's say for the PTZ.
Yeah, for PTC, it's much more relevant. Yeah.
But isn't gRPC also more efficient if you go from cloud, if you manage many devices, that you have a lower overhead? You save the compute resources in the cloud?
Sorry, really?
Yeah, you're saving some execution time in the cloud if you use gRPC, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just the latency.
Oh, okay. Also, it's less resource hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cheaper to execute in the cloud.
Okay.
So maybe that's a discussion topic. If we're already starting discussing JSON versus gRPC.
Yes, we can try also. What about make a comparison between gRPC and JSON for resource and performance? We can also do something like that.
That could be a task also, and depending on what kind of preparations we would like to do before, if we do it during the hackathon or someone does it before.
So for the hackathon, let's say we can do a comparison between JSON and gRPC for capabilities and PTZ. It's okay.
Sorry, I'm Dora from Hackvision. I attended another meeting, so I'm late for today's meeting. And for the, are we talking about the APIs?
Yeah, for the capability API.
I have specified proto message for the capability and host information, and also I have implemented the prototype both client side and the server side. And now I'm doing the prototype of RESTful API. So maybe during the before the hackathon, I can prepare something.
Great.
So you have a presentation, I guess, for a hackathon.
Okay. I can also share the proto file with members after today's meeting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So from Hikvision side, please, you can update also this planning document on what tasks and what presentations that you would like to do during the event.
You mean the task or the?
Yeah, the tasks. Yeah. So what tasks do you would like to work on?
Implement the device and the client prototype of get capability API. Not only capability but also host information and the PTZ operation.
Okay. Yeah, I'll add that one.
Okay.
All right. I see both Dora now and Adler has joined. So maybe we should go back to the planning of the date.
Okay.
So which date? We were saying May 26 to 28.
Yes, we were going to check with you if it was possible for you to change your vote so that you could have it May 26th.
Can you give the accurate clock of that meeting? That dates are okay, but I don't know the time
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, time schedule.
And we haven't decided about the agenda and the time schedule yet. We're just selecting which week and which day in the week. So that's the discussion now, how to build an agenda depending on presentations and tasks.
Yeah, I think for the week should be good for us. I think we don't have any problem with that. Yeah, we don't have any national holidays or whatever. So that should be okay.
Yeah, so then we select May 26th. That's good. Thank you.
But I guess we should discuss here what time of day we should have it. I mean, because we are spanning multiple time zones here. So which one should we go for?
And we should have 1 or 2 hours for presentations. That is maybe the same time as this telco.
You mean we should go with the European time zone or American time zone or Chinese?
Just meaning we need to find a time that is acceptable for everybody, that maybe covers 2 hours that we could do presentations. And maybe the collaboration could, depending on who is active in a specific task, could have a different time.
Yeah, maybe from from my point, maybe if we do some very general presentation that requires everybody attend, then maybe we can do two sessions based on US time and Asian time, and for everybody can participate, they can know what's going on, because I don't know, for this time we will have more partners coming from US, like Genentech and Microsoft and FutureWay, and so we need to look at differently how we can manage this time schedule. And for us as well, we have the office in Montreal, Canada, and it's always very big headache to hold a meeting with them, and even for me, I hold meeting every time at night in China, so to make sure we can meet them. Yeah. What do you think? I think for
Yeah, someone has to have a bad time. or to be participating during late evening or early morning, I guess. So maybe we should do a few suggestions and make a new poll until next week about the best time.
Yep.
So I'll do that new poll that we could have a final say in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind hacking in the evening, so American time would be good for me. But I guess that's difficult for our Chinese members.
I guess you have to turn the clock those days. Someone has to do it.
Maybe the after 5 p.m. in China also is okay for us, since we always work overtime. Maybe till 9 o'clock p.m. in Asia time is okay.
Okay, I think maybe we can either update this poll or start another poll and then have a specific time schedule there.
Yeah, I'll actually use a tool called Time and Date, and I'll enter the locations and see what times that presents, and I do a doodle, and we could look at the doodle at the next meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do one doodle about the time and one more about the tools for sharing code.
Yes.
But I guess, so if you have any good tools about sharing code, please email the list or please update this document so we can do proper voting of. But my feeling is that Visual Studio Code should probably suit everyone. If you haven't used it before, then you have a good chance to learn it. It's a really good tool. All right. So we were on the tasks. So I guess we also have Brian from Focal. So do you have any ideas about if you want to join the hackathon, what kind of task you would like to work on?
Morning, all. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, we would just like to support any of the other initiatives by moving examples of, for example, the API code work over to our device farm and providing reference CI/CD pipelines for the work, so that other team members can quickly spin up or spin down the API using devices on the device farm and VMs in the cloud. If there's that's more on the CI/CD track. If we're looking for something more in the core technology, I would need to think about it for a week.
So what is the are you hosting that for free for open source project, or how is your pricing model? How does it work?
Yes, it's free for open source projects.
Okay, that's really good. I think we want to set up something, a couple of Raspberry Pis that we can have in your farm, so we can get started and trying it out.
Yeah, I guess ideally for us, we would work with each of the implementation teams to, basically port the work that the implementation teams are doing to an automated, fully DevOps enabled set of workflows, so that you can really spin up the work product at the push of a button and have access to both the device and the cloud VM and run benchmarks, for example, or at least automated tests.
Yeah. Well, we haven't come that far with having a test suite or anything like that, but with just, to have a start with a device farm so you can test things would be a start.
Yeah, if we could use it during the hackathon, that would be nice.
So I think the next step for me is to reach out to each of the implementation teams and see what would be helpful in terms of providing the DevOps support for the implementation that they plan on working on for the hackathon.
So to add something to the farm, you just add an IP address, or how does it work?
So I actually pushed some material to GitLab. There's a new device farm repo on GitLab on the Unimatrix project, and there's an initial empty README on the master branch, but in the one of the, it's only one other branch. There's a bunch of simple examples. I think you need to switch branches. Yeah.
Yeah,
yep, README updates.
Okay.
There's a bunch of narrative documentation and example code about how to get started.
All right. I guess I have some homework here to try it out.
Cool.
Great. Also, maybe you can think about if you guys want to contribute on the code side, or if it's more like the tool side that you're involved in.
Yeah, we're happy to do either. We certainly have expertise in the problem domain, so there's no problem for us to contribute to the core APIs as well, if that's preferable.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I guess the decision process for me would be to look at the task list for the rest of the contributors as it comes together, and if it seems like automated testing is a nice clear piece of each of the, would be a nice value add to each of the contributions, then maybe we would do that. We'd prefer to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have any automated test yet, or I think the closest one would be, I guess, the inference API.
Yeah, we could at least, for the inference API, provide a build process, a CI/CD process that builds the inference API on top of the Yocto device image and runs an initial inference demo on a Raspberry Pi. I think for the cloud to edge scenario, we could provide DevOps build scripts that prop up both the cloud VM and a device in the device farm, and then connect the two and actually run a demo across the device farm and the and S3 or GCP, as the case may be. So providing kind of that automation around the build and deploy for the specific demos that the other contributors would like to make.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I think we have some kind of test suite for the inference already, so it would be cool to try to run that in automated. But I don't think the test suite is right now on this repository.
Yeah, happy to discuss more offline with each of the contributors as we see what the overall task list is going to look like.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that's a something for everyone to look at what tasks you want to. I mean, if we're gonna have, it's a 1 month away now, roughly. So please, I think before the event, we should already know roughly what task you want to work on. So please update that. Either you can send me email or you can update that the document I was looking at before. Let's see. Yeah, we don't seem to have a test suite here, at least. Also, I'll add this section about presentations here, so you can add bullets for what you want to present at the event. Okay. Anyone else want to talk about some tasks? Anything from Huawei?
No comments.
Okay. Can you talk to to Kevin what if he wants to present on what kind of tasks that he would like to work on?
Okay, I will tell him about if he has something to present, then ask him to send mails to members.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Willie, did you have anything else on the agenda?
No, we don't. But I think that's perfect since we are 5 minutes to 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so I guess next, have we already scheduled the next?
In 2 weeks' time, we have a standing every second week at the same time. So for the next, I guess we have to go through the 2 new doodles we're going to make. And then I guess we continue with the tasks and presentations.
Yeah, so I'll update this document with the presentation section, and please add your suggestions.
Yeah, so until next telco, add update the document. That's for everyone.
Okay.
So anything else anybody wants to say today, or can we close the meeting? Okay, thank you all for attending, and talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.